Welcome back to Center Stage, everybody. That's James Caan. I'm Michael Kay. How did you meet Francis Ford Coppola? I know that you did Rain People. How did that come about?
You know, I really don't remember, but he went to Hofstra, but we didn't know each other there because he was in the arts and I was trying to play football. I remember him staying in my I had a little guest apartment, and he stayed there for a little while, and then he did the Rain People, and I don't know, he called me. Obviously, I played a football player who had some brain damage, and Shirley Knight, and it was called The Rain People. It was a really nice movie, and I won a few awards for it, and that was, you know, the start of it. And then I was with him, you know, 3 or 4 more times.
Now, how did you get Sonny? I mean, were you supposed to get Michael?
No, I wasn't. Listen, and this is where, you know, everybody wrote books, you know, what they did about the God. It's all lies.
So tell us the truth.
I'm gonna.
All right.
That's what I'm here for. That's all I do. Because what can they do to me now?
That's right.
When Mario wrote that book and they acquired it, their first choice was Gustav Garvis, who did Z, wonderful director. I think I think what made The Godfather what it was that Francis was not like a Brooklyn Italian. He was more of a Mediterranean Italian. You know, his father was the lead flautist for Toscanini. You know, they knew about wine, and what did we know about wine and all of that stuff? You know, culture and family, very family oriented. And I think that was the component that made, you know, like everything was okay for the sake of family. You know,
right.
You know, and I mean, people go, "Is that a real horse's head?" They didn't. That's why 80 people were killed. They want to know if that was a real horse that got killed. They didn't care about the people. Was the horse okay? But he brought that element to it. I think that's what made it successful. Anyway, when he got the job, he immediately got me and Bobby Duvall, who I'd done Rain People with, and I think I did Bob Altman's first picture with Bobby Duvall, who's still my, you know, closest friend and the only one. But anyway, he got me, Duvall, and this kid named Al Pacino, who nobody knew at the time, and Brando. And by the way, when he mentioned Brando, these geniuses said, if you mention his name again, you're fired. The guys who took all the credit, you're fired. That was the cast. I get a call from Francis late at night, and I can tell he's miserable. I said, what's the matter? He says, look, they want you to play Michael. Oh. And Francis was really clear-cut about everything. I mean, about everything. He wanted Al to be the typical Sicilian-looking guy. He wanted Sonny to be the Americanized version of, you know, of the family, you know, and so he had reasons for everything.
Would you have rather have played Michael, though?
No.
You wouldn't have gotten killed.
For that reason, I wish I did, because I would have made a few dollars.
Yeah.
If I knew I would have got killed, I would have never taken those bullets. If there was a second one, if I knew there was a second one, I would have talked my way out of that shooting.
And you would have been in the third, too.
I made $35,000, that was it. Everybody was getting rich.
Right.
And I knew what Francis wanted. So they came to me the next day, this test. I said, I tell you what, take this picture and stick it, you know where, and I'm out of here. And obviously, after $450,000 back then, which was a ton of money, of tests, they called me and said, Jimmy, come back, you know, okay, you know, you play Sonny and this and that. So that's really how it happened. He just insisted on Al, and finally they gave way, you know, and it's good.
Does it bother you that there was a Godfather 3?
It's disappointing. It didn't bother me. You know, listen, I was with Francis when he had the worst moment of his life. I was with him when the worst thing that could possibly happen to a human. I was doing a picture called Gardens of Stone with him, and he lost his son in an accident. He hadn't recovered, and not that you ever do recover, but he was on, I mean, whatever those mind drugs are. I mean, this, you know, the strongest you could have, and he was not in really great shape, I think, to do Godfather 3.
Right.
And rightfully so. You know, I love Francis. Listen, it's not Godfather 1 or 2, but the reasons are, you know, very clear and very understandable. So I wish he never made it, you know, but, you know, Francis just kept working. It's a bad story.
We'll be back with more with James Caan.